Why were slave ship revolts so significant? Imagine being chained below deck, surrounded by darkness and despair, yet finding the strength to fight back. Slave ship revolts changed the course of history in powerful ways. They were acts of defiance by Africans held captive during the transatlantic slave trade. These uprisings challenged the idea that enslaved people were powerless and showed their fierce desire for freedom. During the Middle Passage, the brutal journey from Africa to the Americas, many captives faced overcrowded, inhumane conditions. Despite this, some organized daring rebellions. They aimed to take control of the ships, overpower the crews, and escape slavery. These acts proved that even in the worst circumstances, Black people refused to accept their oppression passively. One notable revolt happened in 1730 on the British ship called Little George. Around 96 Africans fought back, killing crew members and threatening to blow up the ship. They managed to steer it back toward Africa, which was a remarkable feat considering they had no sailing experience. Another famous uprising was in 1841 on the ship called the Creole. Led by Madison Washington, the enslaved people took over the vessel and sailed it to the Bahamas, where slavery was illegal. This was the most successful slave ship revolt in U.S. history and led to the freedom of 128 captives. These revolts had a big impact beyond their immediate outcomes. They challenged the idea that Africans were passive victims and proved they were active fighters. The constant threat of uprisings made slave traders and ship crews more violent and controlling. These acts of resistance also became part of the larger story of the African diaspora and Black resistance worldwide. They inspired future movements for abolition and Black liberation, both in the United States and across the globe. The revolts also exposed weaknesses in the transatlantic slave trade system. Sometimes, they led to the liberation of captives, like in the Creole case. They left behind records that tell the stories of those who fought back, giving voice to their resistance. These stories reminded us that, even in the face of extreme cruelty, Black people fought for their dignity and freedom. In the end, slave ship revolts were more than just acts of rebellion. They symbolized the unbreakable spirit of those enslaved and their refusal to accept injustice. They disrupted the slave trade, inspired future resistance, and became a vital part of the ongoing fight for Black freedom across the world.